Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Some updates on the Zaporizhzhia Nuclear Power Plant and its chief, who maybe you guys know, he was stopped on his way back home by a little Russian patrol, and they spoke with this chief over the weekend. Then they got him back where he was supposed to go, and guess what he did? The chief, no call, no show at work. Reuters, October 4th, 2022. Zaporizhzhia plant chief will not return to job after detention, IAEA says. Wow. So what could that be? Let's see. The head of the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in Ukraine, who was detained over the weekend in what Ukraine called a Russian act of terror, will not return to that job, the UN nuclear watchdog said on Tuesday. Ukraine said a Russian patrol detained Ihor Murashov on Friday as he traveled from Europe's largest nuclear power plant to the town of Enerhodar, where many of the plant's staff live. Ukrainian staff continue to operate the plant in conditions the International Atomic Energy Agency says put safety at risk. Don't fool yourselves. He is a guy who's on top of everybody, so he is a manager. And he's not making sure that the right quantity of, plutonium, uranium, whatever, works as is over there, and the centrifuges are working just fine at the parameters. No, those are other people. He stays over there in his office and he takes phone calls, talking with guys more important. He's not down there. Because below him there are other ones, some directors, and then there are some foremen, or how do you want to call them? Not foremen, but chiefs of operation and so on. Those are the ones with the numbers. They are the ones pushing buttons, turning switches, and looking at certain numbers. Not he. He stays over there and he deals at a different level, if necessary. He makes deals. He shows up in certain, conferences that he has to communicate with one. So, what I'm trying to say, not that he's unimportant, but he's unimportant for the functionality of the operation of the plant, as long as it's still supplied with whatever it needs to be supplied. He's important over there, but at a different level, I'm trying to say. So, IAEA Chief Rafael Grossi said on Monday that Murasov has been released without specifying whether or when he would return to the plant. And I'm quoting, the IAEA understands that Mr. Murashov is now with his family in territory controlled by Ukraine and will not be continuing with his duties at Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. The IAEA said in a statement on Tuesday, and I'm quoting, it is not yet clear who will replace him in that role. Maybe you guys, you're going to send someone from the, Bangladesh or United States, and he's going to oversee the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. What a coincidence. Could that be one of the reasons? Could be. Could be that Ihor was threatened. Could be. Could be that he was told, buddy, cut the crap, we're going to take care of you, stop, being a weasel within the plant. Who knows? There's many scenarios that we can think of. But it's either he's playing and, oh, I'm out. So how about the international community weasels itself in the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant by this situation? But I can tell you what's going to happen. If this guy is not going to show up, it's going to be either one of the guys in the plant will step up, one of the Ukrainian staff members, or would be the Russians going to bring someone, drop him over there, and that would be it. Now, the staff could try to play, oh my God, we are just on strike. Well, then you kind of expose the whole world to a disaster. You're responsible. So I don't know what Igor does. or Ihor. So late on Saturday, the IAEA said his detention placed additional stress on the plant's already strained staff. All right, well, you want to quit? The Russians say, see? Well, no, it's your fault because you are the occupiers. Yeah, that's a good reason to be stressed, that's for sure. And I'm quoting, his absence from duty in this way also has an immediate and serious impact on decision making in ensuring the safety and security of the plant, the agency said at the time. I don't think it has anything to do with the security and with the safety of the plant. I don't think he's in control of that. I think the Russians are in the control with outside, and as I said, the other guys that are checking, verifying and keeping things, which is actually machines. They just have to monitor the machines so they don't go crazy. That's all they do. And put this there, put it over there, and so on. Doesn't have to be this guy coming and telling them what to do. It's like you're in school. You have the principal of the school and you have teachers. Can the school not function without the principal? What, the teachers will not be able to teach the children? Or he's paying the electricity or something? What is he doing? I mean, they can continue doing what they did last year, the year before, and it's always another weasel ready to take his position. I'm telling you that for sure, and you know that. These are various threats to the plant's safety, including shelling at Russia. So yeah, again, shelling. So with this guy, there's no more shelling. Without him, it's a lot of shelling. What are you talking about? This is Grossi. His absence from duty it says there are various threats to the plant's safety, including shelling that Russia and Ukraine have blamed on each other. Grossi is due to travel to Kiev and Moscow later this week in a bid to set up a protection zone around the plant to reduce the risk of a catastrophic accident. So, don't show up, but you're going to be responsible because you left your duty. And you have, now everybody's not going to have, they're not going to have any more electricity and anything. Well, I'm not in his position, so I'm just, taking it lightly here, but I'm pretty sure he's very scared and very stressed. I understand that, and I'm not trying to, avoid that because I have family members who were worse than that, taken by the communists, and in those times the communists will take you and you will never come back home. So I know how that is, and I know how the family feels, and how you, when you return back to work or you return back to home, what are you going to do about it? Because you say, oh my, I'm all right, but we don't know the reasons and what the Russians spoke with this guy. Maybe this guy was, I don't know, he was to Ukraine, and this guy just gave him a warning, or say, you gotta retire today, otherwise we're gonna retire you with some bullets in your... Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.